What's up, everybody? This is Dan Tortora, and of course, this is Dan on Disney. It's partnered with Superpowered Pop, our entertainment show, and Dan on Disney was a spinoff of that that's now become its own entity and its own thing. You can find them both on superpoweredpop.com and superpoweredpop.podbean.com to go back and listen to the audio versions of these shows. So Dan on Disney and Superpowered Pop bonded together. That's why you see Superpowered Pop in the background. We have our ticker that's here that will streamline all the information that you need to know about Dan on Disney. And today is a very, very special broadcast, and that is because today is the official opening day of Disney Plus. We heard about this a while ago, a year or two ago, the conversation, the rumblings over the last year or so, a little more than a year, I would say, about Disney getting its own streaming service and what that service would look like and what it would entail and what it would have. And we know that, Disney as a parent company obviously owns Walt Disney Pictures. They own Pixar. They own Marvel Studios now, Marvel in general. And, of course, they have Lucasfilm and Star Wars and, other pieces that they've had in ABC and, what they used to have with TGIF and everything else. And they've owned ABC for a long time. So, to put it all together onto one streaming service means that you're going to get a lot. You're going to have so many different favorites and really something for everybody. So I thought today, on the day that the Disney Plus app that we've been waiting so long for and that I signed up for months ago and, got everything set and ready to go, it's finally here on Tuesday, November 12th of 2019, which means that it's time for us to take a look at that. So whether you have the app or not, I'm going to give you a little peekaboo inside of the app and, just what you can find on the app because there's so much, and kind of go through maybe some of my favorites as well as what's there, what's not there yet, because some are still, in situations where we'll talk about it. We'll get into it. But some of the movies are not available. So we're going to take a look at Disney Plus today, which I'm very, very excited about and wanted to do this impromptu show for you. So once again, welcome to Dan on Disney. And Dan on Disney here for you with shows every single month. Of course, we have our very vibrant social media on Facebook and Instagram. We are at Dan on Disney. That's at Dan on Disney. So make sure that you check that out, and providing you special shows all the way through. Also, as a piece of Dan on Disney, I am now your consultant for your trip. So if you're planning a trip to Disney, all you have to do is send me an email, danondisney@gmail.com. That's danondisney@gmail.com, and just request to speak with me. We can either, Skype chat or something of that sort, so email each other back and forth and get in touch. And I would love to speak with you about planning your Disney vacation. And if you hire me on as a consultant, then I will basically help you plan out your entire trip and take, that headache away from you, because I love doing it and I love being a part of it. So I will help plan your entire vacation to your trip to Disney and be more than happy to help you out and get you on your way. So we do help you plan out, what restaurants would be good for you. And we can't guarantee anything because, as you know, fast passes first come, first serve. And, fast passes at a fast pace, I think is what I was going to say. So fast passes first come, first serve. And of course, outside of that, restaurants and whatnot, those are also first come, first serve. So we'll plan out your vacation. We can't make any guarantees, just as nobody can, as far as I know. So we help you plan it out, help you get set, help you have a plan A, a plan B, a plan C, maybe even a plan D, and it gets you on your way. There's so many things to do at Disney. If you haven't been there in 10 years, a lot's changed. If you haven't been there in 10 months, a lot's changed. And sometimes if you haven't been there in 10 days, a lot's changed. So I am there to be your consultant as well. So you can get in touch with me through Dan on Disney and hire me on as a consultant, and I will help plan your entire vacation. And I've gotten to do that for people, in very recent history here, and also before some of the changes were made, I got to plan out some things. And so, to the families I've gotten to help, thank you so much. To the very awesome testimonial we just got in, I want to thank you for that, and really cannot thank you enough here in Central and Upstate New York for that great testimonial that we just got from the Nelson family, and really appreciate that. And I'm glad that they had fun on their Disney vacation down to Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. Well, technically Lake Buena Vista. So if you'd like us to help you plan your vacation to Disney, make sure you send me an email, danondisney@gmail.com, and you can hire me on as a consultant to plan out your entire Disney trip to make sure that that magic is all that it needs to be and more for you and your family or whoever you're traveling down with. So we'd love to help you out. With that being said, this is the Disney Plus show. So we're zeroing in and focusing on Disney Plus on today being the official release date. And I felt like I needed to do a show today because we've waited so long and so impatiently for Disney Plus to finally launch their app, and they have. There were some glitches this morning on the app. I was checking it out here in the studios, and there were some things that were working, that worked all the way through. Some things you could click on and it would say something went wrong, some wouldn't load. But it looks like as we've gone throughout the day today, they've figured it out. And so we're going to take a look at Disney Plus. So whether you have it or not, this is your sneak peek to Disney Plus and all that it has to offer. So let's take a look at Disney Plus right here, right now. So this is obviously the main page. Once you sign in and you have everything set and ready to go, you can go here in the upper right-hand column and you see mine, DT Stark. Obviously, I got that Tony Stark goatee, and DT for Dan Tortora. So I have my BB-8. You can go into your profile and you could pick from a plethora of characters. And obviously you see here that we have, you can go straight to just strictly Disney. You can go to Pixar. And when you put the mouse over any of these, they come alive. You can go to Marvel. You can go to Star Wars, or you can go to National Geographic, and you can look through each of these pieces. There's also a search, and what Disney has, we're going to go, this is the main page here of Disney Plus, giving you a look at the app today. So here's the originals. These are the original shows and movies that were created strictly on Disney Plus, and you can't get it anywhere else. So this is what they have. So we're going to do a little search through here, but this is the main page that we all see when we go to it. So if you're looking at the originals, Star Wars, the first show that they have here that they've put onto Disney Plus is The Mandalorian. Of course, you can add this to your favorites. It's already on mine. And so you can see the episodes here. We have Season 1, Chapter 1 that is there right now for The Mandalorian. So you can get that right off the bats. And so that's one of the originals that we have. We also have the original movie, Lady and the Tramp. Disney's been doing a lot of live-action movies like Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast and bringing these to life. Lady and the Tramp is the next installment here, and it's available on Disney+. We have High School Musical, the series is also available. We have a TV show, Encore. We also have The World According to Jeff Goldblum, which is through National Geographic, a movie with Anna Kendrick called Noelle. We have the Marvel Hero Project. We have the, let me go back here. We have the Imagineering Story. These are all Disney originals on Disney+. We have What is Money with Forky and the Clan from Toy Story. We have Pixar in Real Life. We have Float, which is a part of Spark Shots. And we have Family Sundays here from Disney. And then we also have the recommended for me from some of the stuff I looked up. We have hit movies. So you can see the hit movies that are here. We have what's trending. So very strange. You don't think of The Simpsons when you think of Disney. Well, because Disney now owns Fox, a big portion of 20th Century Fox, they have The Simpsons. So if you click on The Simpsons here, you can see that there are 25 seasons that are available to you, and you can go really all the way through here. They have season 1, a season 2, not here, but you can see, they don't have every single season, but they do have your seasons here, and you can go and pick, a plethora of seasons for a cornucopia, I should say, for The Simpsons. You can pick whatever episode you want to watch, and you can start watching. So as strange as it sounds, Disney Plus does have The Simpsons, and you can check that out here on Disney Plus, and also here on the app. So many other things. We know that Moana used to be on Netflix and whatnot. These have been taken out of the vaults. A lot of us take a look at this over time, and we see this piece to it, and the Disney vaults. And we hear about the Disney vault all the time, what movies were being taken out of the vault and made available to us because they would take them off the shelves and then put them back on. The Lion King is here with Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast. We have Little Mermaid, getting nostalgic here. The Jungle Book, Cinderella, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Sleeping Beauty is here, Lady and the Tramp, Bambi, Peter Pan, 101 Dalmatians, Pinocchio, Dumbo, The Aristocats, Robin Hood, as well as Pocahontas, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Hercules, Fantasia, The Sword and the Stone, Alice in Wonderland, one of my favorites, The Rescuers, The Three Caballeros, and Fun and Fancy Free are all here. The movies, this is a nice title here, a nice little topic page, which is inspired by true stories. We have Remember the Titans, fantastic movie that fortunately somebody made this, and it's such a beautiful movie, so that's fortunate for us. Unfortunately, we still need to watch it and could learn something from it because some of us haven't yet. Secretariat is here, Saving Mr. Banks, Finest Hours, Queen of Katwe, as well as Eight Below, Miracle, Invincible, The Greatest Game Ever Played is here, The Rookie, Davy Crockett, Iron Will. These are all inspired by true events. Greyfriars Bobby, Davy Crockett, and the River Pirates, Miracle in Lane 2, The Color of Friendship is here, Ruby Bridges, Miracle at Midnight, Justin Morgan Had a Horse, The Sound of Music, which is tied for my mom's favorite movie of all time. Wizard of Oz and The Sound of Music are her two favorites. We have Ultra HD and HDR movies that you can watch here, like Avengers and Frozen and whatnot. We have the Disney Channel favorites. Lizzie McGuire is here. We know that there's going to be in addition to this, another chapter in the Lizzie McGuire story. There's going to be a new version of Lizzie McGuire, but this is the original. We have the musicals, which is a pretty cool one here with Sound of Music and High School Musical. Mary Poppins and Moana, High School Musical here, the first movie, Tangled, and so on and so forth. Fantasia 2000, Newsies, the other High School Musical here, Teen Beach Movie, which a lot of you remember from the Disney Channel. And then this is one of my favorites. This is one of my favorite ones here, which is throwbacks, one of my favorite genres. We have Boy Meets World, which is my favorite show of all time. For those of you that have Hulu, which you know that Disney owns a giant share of Hulu, Boy Meets World was on there and it disappeared a few weeks back. It is now here. We have That's So Raven, Hannah Montana, The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, The X-Men. For those of you that grew up, James, you know what I'm talking about here, brother. 4 seasons of this are all here. A Night of the Sentinels, a fantastic story, and then we have Till Death Do Us Part. Really, really cool here because Morph is involved in these, and he's one of my favorite characters in the history of the X-Men. But this is the X-Men, the X-Men comic jumped off the page, turned into a TV show, the animated series. It's what I grew up on, one of my favorite things. So very cool to take a look at that, and really cool to see that when you go to the throwbacks, that X-Men is involved in that. We also have Smart House, Darkwing Duck. This is my favorite off the beaten path character of Disney. He was a forgotten son, and he's now been brought back into it. I got to speak to the creator of this, Tad Stones, and he's an incredible person to speak with, an incredible story to be had here. So the 2 seasons of Darkwing Duck are available right here for us, which is awesome. You're going to see some more like that if you like Darkwing Duck and you're remembering Disney afternoons. Wait, there's more. So really, really cool. And Hocus Pocus is here. We have a Goofy movie. We also have Goof Troop, which is another one of those shows that we're used to seeing us Disney afternoon people. 10 Things I Hate About You is here. You wouldn't think that if you thought Disney, but that is here. One of those great movies, a little cult classic for a lot of people. And then we have Beasts and Monsters, which is an interesting genre with Monsters University and Monsters, Inc. and Sleeping Beauty and Beauty and the Beast. Nostalgic movies, what I call the original Iron Man, which is The Rocketeer. Never forget watching this movie when my dad came out in 1991. Very, very awesome movie. You should definitely take a look at it. Before Disney owned Marvel, they had The Rocketeer, which, like I said, to me, was the original Iron Man. And then we have the original Parent Trap, the newer Parent Trap, Old Yeller, Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins Returns is there as well. Obviously not in the nostalgic ones, but in the newer ones. Pollyanna is here. Very, very cool. That Darn Cat, for those of you that remember that one, a return from Witch Mountain was another one. Babes in Toyland was a tremendous movie when I was growing up as a kid. The sports movies are here. The Sandlot is here. Rookie of the Year is here. We have Mickey through the years. We have documentaries that are here, as well as shorts. Best Friend movies, Turner and Hooch. We see that Tom Hanks is making an appearance here, besides being Woody. And then we have the mysteries. Sister Act is on here. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? One of my absolute favorites, and my first crush was on Jessica Rabbit. I'm not going to lie to anybody, so let's be real about it. That was a lot of our crushes. So this is the main page. So you see all of that here on Disney Plus, an intense amount of information right here on the home screen of Disney Plus. And then if you click on Disney itself, you see that you'll see originals, live action movies, animated movies, Disney Channel series, the Out of the Vaults, the 90s throwbacks, Disney Channel original movies, Mickey Mouse Through the Years, Princesses and Fairy Tales, Disney Junior. So we have a lot of these Lion Guard. So for the kids, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, all the good stuff. And Dumbo, really a movie that you should definitely watch. We have Pirates of the Caribbean here on Stranger Tides. We have the Muppets. We have National Treasure 2 that's here. We have the Tron movies. We have Santa Claus. And for those of you that are a big fan of Tim Allen, I am. We have the Santa Claus movies. We have Narnia that's here, Alice in Wonderland. We have the Princess Diaries. And you just saw this one with the Game Plan, another Disney movie here. We have Pete's Dragon, Santa Claus 1, 2, and 3 are all here. That's the new Parent Trap. The old one's here. Freaky Friday. So this is when you're looking at the Disney page. And then if you go to Pixar specifically, you will see the movies that are all here. Finding Dory, obviously the Toy Story movies. Toy Story 4 is not here yet, but Toy Story 1, 2, and 3 are. The Cars movies, Inside Out is here. Up, Brave, Ratatouille, A Bug's Life, The Good Dinosaur, all here. So you can see the Toy Story ones with their shorts as well. The Unlikely Heroes are all here. We see more from the shorts. Pixar Through the Years is also available. So this is the Pixar specific that just that if you go to Disney Plus and you just click on Pixar's title here, it'll bring you straight to all of their stuff. Marvel, we have the Marvel movies. You'll see that not all the movies are here because some of them, as I said in the intro, are contractually still connected to other shows or to other apps, I should say. So they're not yet made available. And you'll actually see if you click on the Black Panther, you'll see that it's not there yet. There's actually a notice for it here. So let's see if I can find that for you. If we click on the Black Panther, or if I search the Black Panther, you'll be able to see it here. So if I click on Black Panther, you'll see that it says, coming soon to Disney Plus. Due to existing agreements, this title will be available on March 4th, 2020. Add to your watch list. So that's not there because this is one of the movies from Marvel Studios that's actually still on Netflix. So they don't have it here until it goes up on Netflix. So once it's done on Netflix, it'll be here March 4th. And you'll see that with Avengers Infinity War as well. So if we go back to Marvel, you see the series and specials here. Runaways, which is on Hulu. Like I said, Disney has a high stake in Hulu. This is season 1 of Runaways. Season 2 is on Hulu still, but season 1 is here now. You see the X-Men again, and then you see Rocket and Groot, that cool series from Marvel. For some of you that didn't have Disney XD and whatnot, you can get to see these shows. You can now watch the Silver Surfer show, which is really cool because there's a notion that the Silver Surfer will be coming to us. We have Guardians of the Galaxy shorts. We have Spider-Man Unlimited, The Incredible Hulk, Spider-Woman, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. This is a really cool one as well. These are all the old ones. These are, basically, if you're a fan of Marvel, the cartoons on here are going to take you all the way back. And these were kind of all over the place. You had to buy this and buy that and have certain packages with cable. Now you get it all in one spot, which is pretty cool. And you can see that there's a bunch of different versions of Spider-Man here. This one I'm really excited about, Rising Secret Warriors, because I sat in on the panel for this that was at New York Comic Con in 2018. So to be able to see this come to fruition is pretty cool. And then there is another one for Rising Initiation. And so that's another piece that we can also take a look at here, which is pretty awesome and pretty cool. And you can see that that's Spider-Gwen or the Ghost Spider, as it's being called as well. So you can see these little mini adventures. There's the Ant-Man adventures here, and obviously the superhero pieces here. This is interesting, the SpiderVerse, because as you know, Sony and Marvel, Sony and Disney are working together now. We're going to keep the Peter Parker that we know. Tom Holland is staying in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He's also still with Sony. They're going to continue their partnership for at least one more standalone movie and one more movie and we don't know yet that Spider-Man will appear in. But here on Disney Plus, it says SpiderVerse. Now, this is a Sony thing. And the SpiderVerse, for the big-time Spider-Man fans like myself, is an amazing, amazing universe, multiverse of different versions of Spider-Man. And I just can't wait. I'm really, really excited. I think it's cool that, there's been a movie Into the Spider-Verse, and obviously a very, very well done movie by Sony. And now that we see Amy Pascal and the whole team there, but to see this on Disney Plus, and it's not just that Spider-Man's here, it's that there's the wording Spider-Verse, that they can actually call one of the title genre here Spider-Verse, which I think is pretty awesome. So these are all the different Spider-Man shows, like I said before. And for being a big-time Spider-Man fan, I'm all over this. And then the Spider-Verse also has Avengers Endgame because Spider-Man's in it, and Civil War because Spider-Man's in it. We don't have Homecoming on here. We also don't have Spider-Man Far From Home or Avengers Infinity War yet. Then we can look at Marvel through the years, and you can see some crossover from ones we already looked at. Avengers United They Stand is here as well. We have X-Men Evolution, which is another one here. A couple Fantastic Four ones. Wolverine and the X-Men are also here. And you start to see some of the other titles here. We have our Captain America movies. We have Agent Carter, for those big-time Agent Carter fans that loved watching her show. It's now available on Disney Plus, so you can take a look at that and more from Marvel through the years. There's also another piece here, the Ultimate Comics, where things get changed up here, and we get to see different versions of characters and different iterations. Inhumans, which really, I don't feel like whatever they did to do this show, it felt like there wasn't enough, TLC for this show, but they're talking about bringing the Inhumans back, and you can at least watch the one iteration of the Inhumans, which was the show, a very short-lived show that they had here, that you can take a look at and see what you think of that one. And then expanding the universe, where we get to see what's coming from Marvel and Disney. So really, really cool stuff here. Really, honestly, loving it. Think it's awesome. And outside of that, to go to the other pieces here, Star Wars. If you go here, they have the movies, and due to contracts as well with other streaming services, they don't have all of them. So we have Episode 4, A New Hope, which was the first one that was ever released. Empire Strikes Back, Episode 5. Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. Then we have Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. We have Episode 7, The Force Awakens. And we have Rogue One. We don't have Solo because it's on another streaming service. And we don't have The Last Jedi, Episode 8. So we don't have that yet. And then the series, for those of you that didn't have Disney or didn't have cable or didn't have Disney XD and whatnot, these are the ones I was really, really excited to finally watch because I didn't have all the channels when these were on those channels. And that's Clone Wars, as well as Star Wars Rebels. Star Wars Resistance is here. We have Star Wars Lego shows as well. And some of the specials here. Empire of Dreams, the story of the Star Wars trilogy, which is really cool to see something different here. And I was a fan of, obviously, I've become a fan over the years of these movies, and the one that I can really say made me a Star Wars fan more than anything else is BB-8, and that's why he is my profile logo, which I'm very happy to have BB representing me here with Disney Plus. And then National Geographic, you take a look at some of the stuff here. We have the series of The World According to Jeff Goldblum, which is exclusive to Disney Plus. We have Gordon Ramsay's show. We have Life Below Zero, Wild Yellowstone, Drain the Oceans, Hostile Planet, a lot of different things here. We have movies that are here, and which is pretty cool. So, obviously there's the learning side to things here, and Expedition Mars, Atlantis Rising, Stonehenge. So some cool stuff. Mission to the Sun, Vets and Pets, which is pretty cool because I'm a big fan of animals. So I think that's awesome. And then Exploring Our World, The Lost Tomb of Alexander the Great. And obviously, I think what people are really most, excited about is Jeff Goldblum, because he's a very eccentric character. So him having his own show and kind of diving into his mind a little bit seems really interesting. And definitely there's probably going to be a lot to it. The originals, if you click on that and see, this is some of the stuff that's been coming up today. So some of these pages that you could click on before, you can't click on now, and it might say something went wrong. Now with the movies, you can look at all of them, A to Z, and then you can obviously go action, adventure, animation, comedy, documentary, drama, kids, shorts, and Ultra HD and HDR. And then the featured ones are the ones that they chose to put up here and kind of show you what they have. So you can go through here. Obviously, Wreck-It Ralph is here. So a bunch of different Disney movies, The Nightmare Before Christmas as well. And then if you go to my watch list, I'll show you what's on mine. The Timon and Pumbaa show that I totally forgot about. The Mighty Ducks animated series I used to watch. The new movie Noelle on Disney Plus. Spider-Man Unlimited. They have a ton of Pluto cartoons, and I'm ecstatic if you grew up renting cartoons on VHS from your local movie shop. This is one of the things that really means the world to me is the Pluto stuff. Mandalorian, obviously the new show I'm going to be watching. The X-Men, very nostalgic for me. I'm a big Runaways fan, and then, of course, Lady and the Tramp. So those are all on my list, and this has been a look at Disney Plus. So I've given you a look inside of Disney Plus because I am a member, and I'm very proud and happy to be. There'll be more stuff added as we go, and the conversation will continue with Dan on Disney. So make sure you find us on Facebook and on Instagram at Dan on Disney. And if you'd like to help us, if you'd like us to help you plan your next vacation to Disney, just send me an email, danondisney@gmail.com. And as always, stay magical, my friends.